Okay, in this tutorial we're going to look at some of the basics of positioning elements to come up with a layout, and we will use the tags article, section, H2, IMG, and we will also use some CSS properties such as flexbox display and associated properties such as wrapping content and justifying content within those boxes. Okay, so to start from scratch, a file new, HTML. I can give it a title if I want, so I'm just going to put example layout. This currently set to code split and live. I think I'm just going to go to, actually I'll leave it as it is for now. Strange it's not carried the document title through there. Okay, so in the body we'll just use the fast shortcut to create the elements we need. In the shot we saw before, there were 6 boxes with images in and headings. Ideally you would have a heading, an image, and then a description about that item, a bit like a catalogue essentially. In this example I might put the heading underneath the image. Okay, so I'm going to need an article. I'm going to give that an ID of container. I'm then going to switch to the sections within. Each one of those sections will have an ID of section underscore, and then by putting a $sign there, it will increment each section times 6. So that's 6 sections I'm going to create. Oops, sorry, one more thing. I'll give it the class of item, just in case I need to refer to them by class. Inside of those sections, I'm going to have an image plus a H2 element plus a paragraph. And hopefully, fingers crossed, if I just press the tab key now, which is above caps lock, there we go. Everything is set up. Now, just hide this away. When you first start creating a document, it's a good idea to save it into your root folder. I've got all my images in position from last week in a folder called images. So I will just call this my Christmas wish list. Save. You'll notice that there's some error messages here relating to the source tag, and it will eventually say the same for the alt. If I just press the / I'll put a value in there, it gives me the option to browse or choose a folder. So if I choose browse, or if I go back and choose images, and then browse for the image within each image within that folder, I can then just insert it straight away. The alt tag, or sorry, the alt attribute is the alternative description, and for HTML that will validate, every image should have an alternative tag. This is just something that a screen reader could read, so some meaningful description of the image. And I will just put giant Propel 2017 model. Should appear. It still seems to have an error, but just save it for a second. Yeah, saving it seems to have got rid of that error, so it's obviously validating based on saved document. In the header, that's where I'll put Propel 2017, and then some information about this item, such as key specification and where to edit for me. And then you would just basically continue in the same way for each one of the sections until you reach the end of it. If you have got your browser set as such, preference is real-time preview and then edit your browsers. I've gone with Chrome as my primary and Edge as my secondary. You simply select it and choose the default switch. When you press F12, your preview should give you live preview. So if I was to go back to the document, find another image, in this case, go to the next image and see which one I've selected, which is the Bose sound system. Okay, so Bose surround and Bose speakers. Let's copy and paste information. And if you just go through all of the sections, edit in the images, and then save your file, you'll notice in the live preview that without saving, it's updating the live preview for me, which is very useful in a browser, whichever browser I choose. So once you've completed that, we will then move on to a little bit of CSS with the images and the layout. Okay.